Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
At Sierra, you'll always find apparel, footwear, and gear for 20 to 60% less than department and specialty store prices. But right now, it's clearance time, so you can save even more on everything you need to get active and outside. Visit your local Sierra store today.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Gang violence bugs me. Illegal immigration bugs me. Drug trafficking bugs me. Street racing bugs me. But come Election Day, I am confident that the voters of Balboa County will do what is best and put the exterminator back in office.
Next question to you, Mr. Mars. We're all familiar with your role in the Lily Kane murder case. Does the nature of that crime or the conditions of your recall color your feelings for Neptune?
I love Neptune. I wouldn't be running if I didn't. But what does, to borrow a slogan, bug me, are the subtle changes in Neptune over the last few months.
You mean violent crime dropping 11%?
I'm talking about the growing sense of resentment, of friction, of polarization within our community.
Well, nothing has been more divisive than the bus crash, and many feel that you were quick in attributing the accident to driver error, Sheriff.
On the subject of the bus crash, it's just come to light that back in '89, then Deputy Mars pulled Ed Doyle over for driving under the influence, yet simply decided to follow him home rather than follow procedure. Had a DUI appeared on his record, he would have never been hired by the school district.
Mr. Mars, your response.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with it.
Well, it's okay, I have a copy of your patrol log if you need to jog your memory.
Well. Look who the cat dragged in. It's you, listening to another episode of Boys Watching Veronica Mars. We're just two boys watching every episode of Veronica Mars for the first time, giving our review, our reactions. We're your hosts. I am Joe Welke.
I am Vance Tucker.
Whoa! Last name episode, everybody. That's how you know it's going to be a good one. I don't really know why. I mean, I kind of know why, but yeah. Yeah, we're talking about Season 2, Episode 5, titled Blast from the Past. Directed by Harry Weiner, written by Phil Klemmer and Kathy Belbin. Original air date, October 26, 2005, to an audience of 3.58 million people. Big jump in the viewership.
Wow.
Everybody wanted to know the fallout of Nathan Woods, a.k.a. Carl, whatever his last name was. Carl Nelson?
I'm going to call him Nathan Woods because that seems to be what he gets called. Then I don't know what the other name is.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to call him too.
And because Buffy and Veronica Mars both like black characters with the last name Woods.
Oh, yeah. There is a lot of crossover.
Or Wood. Wood and Woods.
Already was Principal Wood.
All right.
Don't let Alex hear that.
I know. Sorry, Alex.
Don't let Alex hear that.
The discorders are in our heads.
Yeah, Blast from the Past. Before we get in the episode, join our Discord. That is where we give a bunch of updates. There's a lot of fun stuff going on there. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/Boys Watching Buffy, where the movie of the month for August is The Matrix. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, Joe's first time watching The Matrix, and that should be out this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
And announcement time.
Yeah.
Everybody. So there was a big brouhaha on our Discord. There was a huge bracket for what we should do next after we've completed Dollhouse. And we've come to a decision. We took everything that you guys pondered over.
Should we say what won the top 3 in the bracket?
The top 3 in the bracket for what we were going to do after Dollhouse is over.
This is the bracket that was on Discord. This is what our listeners had voted and whittled it down to.
Yep. A tournament of champions.
Yes.
Like very much like medieval times.
Or March Madness.
March Madness, yeah. Mainly March Madness.
I don't know what they did in medieval times.
I think medieval times is called the Tournament of Champions. Like that's their like underscore.
Okay, I've never been. So.
Yeah. What? We're going. We're going. This is an aspect of white culture you need to experience.
I've only gone to Olive Garden because of the podcast, remember?
True. Okay. The top 3 coming in third place was a classic comedy, Freaks and Geeks, starring Seth Rogen, Martin Starr, Linda Cardellini, etc. Jason Segel, right?
Yeah.
Came in third place. Pretty distant third place. Coming in second place, and this was very neck and neck. Second place, Dead Like Me, a show I've never heard of anywhere ever in my entire life.
It's popped up on my Amazon Prime. I've seen it. I've seen it pop up. I think I knew the title. Didn't know anything about the show. Don't know what it's really about or who's in it.
But coming in first place after weeks of voting, Alias, Jennifer Garner. Vehicle, star-making vehicle. Launched her career to become Elektra.
Yeah.
And whatever else she did.
13 going on 30.
Was she in We Own a Zoo or something too?
Don't know.
I don't know. Now she does Capital One commercials.
Yep.
So there you go. So with all this in mind, we factored in all the consideration, and we decided that the next thing we will be doing on Patreon is Season 8 of Buffy comics. We're
going to do Buffy Season 8, the motion comic.
Yeah. This is not a joke. We're actually doing that.
Yeah, we're actually doing that. It is. I don't know if everyone knows about that, but it is on Amazon Prime. They did a motion comic for the Season 8. Buffy Season 8 is basically in comic form, and then they did a motion comic for it. And we were turned on to this by our friends Brian and Stacy at Buffy the Gilmore Slayer after we recorded our Traveling Pants episode, which you can find on our feed with them. And they were like, hey, have you guys watched that Buffy motion comic thing? And I was like, oh, no, I didn't know they had that. And looking at the bracket, we were looking at the top list, a lot of contention, a lot of...
Yeah. So we're just going to kick that can down the road a little bit.
and give the listeners what they need, not what they want, which is another season of Buffy.
Yep. So patreon.com/boys watching Buffy. We will be reviewing them in several like chapter increments.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing them in like 3 episode increments to start. So we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. But starting next week, we're going to start rolling that out on Patreon.
Looking forward to it. Seeing what the Scooby Gang's up to. I did read a little bit about, like, when we finished Buffy, I remember reading a little bit, but I forgot it. That was fucking Firefly and half of Veronica Mars ago. So, yeah. Excited.
Yeah, I am too.
All right. I'm going to crack open. I got the White Monster, a.k.a. my high school nickname.
I have the Zero Sugar Monster Energy Zero Ultra also.
Yeah, we're double fisting these white monsters, baby.
Don't love that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really thirsty this morning, and I was like, I need to have one that's gonna, quench my thirst. So, White Monster in my mouth.
All right, let's go.
White monster in Vance's mouth. Anyway, what
Nope.
were our predictions for Blast from the Past?
I said Detroit comes back. Not happening. And you said Keith confronting Alicia about Nathan Woods.
Okay. I mean, that was a pretty fucking...
I'll give you 50% for that.
Yeah. He didn't really confront her.
Yeah. He really did not confront her at all.
No, not at all. But anyway, so...
Joe, what did you think of the episode?
What did I think of this episode? I thought it was pretty darn interesting, pretty good. I don't know, man. It's tough. I think it's good. I think it's a good one.
I think it's a good but rapidly paced episode. It is so much happening so fast. And this isn't the whiplash stuff that we had talked about before, because they actually go back and forth and Wallace actually gets real scenes and other people get scenes. This episode does a thing I really like and a thing I really don't like.
There's one scene in particular where I was like, whoa, it was the Will Ferrell in Anchorman meme. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Like, whoa. But I thought it was good. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But let's hop in. This one kind of picks up right where last episode left off, which there is a major continuity error in what Wallace is wearing, because we see it in the recap. Wallace is working on his car. He's got a sleeveless shirt on.
I thought he had a tank top on, like a white tank top on.
Wallace in the last episode?
Yeah.
He had like a black cut off sleeveless shirt.
Okay. I knew I knew it was sleeveless. Yeah.
Comes in the house, he's got a full on like regular t-shirt on.
Yeah, maybe it changed, you know.
Yeah, maybe that was his car working on shirt.
Yeah.
Took it off in the driveway, flex on these motherfuckers, and then put on his other shirt.
Yeah, he took it off in the garage on the way in, you know.
Okay. Where there's no tenant residing anymore because Keith, you want to get crazy? I'll show you crazy.
No,
you want to get nuts?
They have another house in the back. That's not even, they have the garage and the house in the back, probably.
Damn. Fennells are doing good.
Yeah, she's doing good with her Kane software job.
Yeah. So Wallace comes inside and Alicia's like, hey, how's it going, honey? She's cooking something and Wallace is like, I'm not hungry. And Alicia's like, okay, cool. And he's like, yeah, I just met somebody in the driveway. The name Nathan Woods ring a bell? And Alicia's like, oh no. Oh no. And Wallace is like, is he my father? Who is he? Says he's my father. And then Alicia's like, no, he's not your father or whatever. And then Wallace says some shit like, so who did we put in the ground back in Cleveland if that guy's my father, if Nathan Woods is my father? Who the fuck was that guy? Because I've been lied to. Who was I been crying about? I can't have two fathers. And Alicia's doing the whole like, no. What was the guy's, the Fennell? Hank Fennell.
Mm-hmm. She
said, Hank is your father. I don't care what the biology says. Hank, that's your dad. And Wallace is like, God damn. And then Alicia sits him down. She explains that she and Nathan Woods were married at 21, and then he went undercover on a case, but he went too undercover. He went too deep. And he would come home high, and he was hiding heroin and drugs and guns under the bed. And she was like, I can't do this anymore. I think that this is just like took over his life too much. And yeah.
She gave him a choice to.
Yeah. She gave him a choice. You want the job or you want to be Wallace's dad? And we all know what the choice was. We all know what his decision was.
Mm-hmm.
And she hates that Wallace had to find out like this. But Nathan isn't his real father, no matter what DNA says. Hank will always be your daddy.
And she can prove it if she shows him the birth certificate that is not there because she knows who's
missing. Because Sneaky Keith.
Mm-hmm. Those Mars is never let a Mars into your home. That should be a rule. They'll
bring you donuts. but then they'll take your birth certificate.
Yeah. And he scribbles it out, puts his name on it. Keith has always wanted a son. Keith has always wanted a son. I want to give the show credit because I had brought up last episode at the end that this is probably a retcon, because I remember them mentioning that like Wallace knew his dad. It was never like I don't know who my dad is. So I like that they bring that up and it's like, oh, the guy that was raising him wasn't his like biological dad. So
yeah.
Okay.
The day that Hank Fennell asked Alicia to marry him, that's the day he signed up to be your actual father.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that she's like looking for the birth certificate, looking through her files, and then she just stands up. She's like, I know where it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Keith, just take a photo, man.
Dropped.
Just take a photo.
Yeah.
Scan it and bring it back. I don't know.
I mean, Keith is
such
a bad investigator, dude.
They're dumbing him down this for this particular thing. Like, it's no way he can't figure out what Sheriff Lamb figured out. Blinded by love, man.
Yeah. Thinking with his dick and not his head.
Yeah.
So we follow Wallace. He's in class now, and he's looking shook. His whole world has been turned upside down, understandably so. Veronica sits next to him, and she's like, what's the matter? Had a long night of not getting lovin' or whatever. Had a long night of getting lovin'. I forget, but she's teasing him about something to do with Jackie.
Yeah, which is just not reading the room. Just not picking up on social cues.
Yep. And Wallace, he kind of gives her the cold shoulder. He's like, I'm just going through some shit. Mm-hmm. And then there's an announcement by I love that this Asian guy returned.
Is it the same guy?
It's the same guy. The same guy that does the,
Okay.
Same dude. Or I'm racist.
I don't know if it's the same dude. I wasn't sure.
I'm 95% certain it's the same guy. But
you also thought Clarence Wheatman was white, so.
So did you.
Yeah. I'm not, but because of that, I'm not going to say this is the same guy.
This is the same guy. I'm gonna say it. It's the same guy. I'm going to risk my already faltering reputation.
Okay.
This is the same guy. But he's the head of the class, and he's announcing that it's homecoming season, and each homeroom has to nominate one boy and one girl, and then they're going to have a tournament of champions to figure out who is going to be homecoming king and queen. He's asking, like, does anybody want to nominate anybody? Anybody? Bueller. And then Veronica raises her hand. She goes, I nominate Wallace Fennell. And Wallace is like, why are you doing this to me? So, look at my face.
Look at my face.
Do you think that I want to be doing this at all right now?
Yeah.
And she's like, come on, champ. You're the star basketball player. You're a shoo-in. Then we go to another homeroom class where Jackie and Logan are. And I forget the name of the girl whose dog she saved.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be. I don't think you have to nominate one person from every homeroom because Veronica's not in this homeroom.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
It's just nominate 5 people.
But the girl that Veronica helped save her dog, she nominates Veronica, and she's like, Veronica's awesome. She is the best. If anyone ever needs help, you should go to Veronica because she'll help you. She saved my dog. And everyone in this homeroom is like chuckling.
Except for Corny. Like Corny's the one that initially nominates her.
Oh, yeah. Corny's about it, too.
He says, I don't remember his line, but he says something like she's good at detective stuff and nice and
smoking hot.
Yeah, like easy on the eyes or something. He had a line. Yeah. I was like, okay. Corny's back in this.
Wallace and Logan and Jackie are snickering at these two, like, yeah, sure, we like she'd ever fucking win homecoming queen. Then there's like another random extra that's just like, Veronica, she sucks.
Well, we don't do quote unquote here, but
oh wow, this early.
But Logan says, in response to the girl who's talking about the dog getting rescued. And the girl whose dog was rescued, she was like, Veronica was so nice to me. I was like, Do you remember her yelling at you in front of everybody saying, toughen up?
Yeah, stand up for yourself, fucking dumb bitch.
Yeah, she's so nice to me. All right. But Logan says, in response to her Veronica saving the dog, ooh, Veronica Mars saving the world one pointless act at a time. She solved the Lily Kane murder. She's the reason your dad is in jail. I wouldn't call that just pointless act.
Yeah.
She should be legendary.
She absolutely should. She should already have the Kane scholarship.
Yes. She's already got one of the Canes.
Yep.
Man, just that line from Logan is like, I know you don't like her, but like she did.
The girl that sat with you through your murder trial.
Sat through your murder trial, helped you try to find your mom when she disappeared, and then also solved the murder of your girlfriend, which kind of got you off of that because you were the one like, yeah.
Pointless.
She's pointless. Yeah.
So we then go to the lunch outside area, the courtyard. Wallace is sitting by his lonesome. He's deep in his thoughts. Jackie comes to sit with Wallace and another girl. Her name is Cora. It's Jackie's buddy. And they're talking a bunch of jibber jabber about shopping or something. I don't know. And then Wallace is like staring off into the distance, and she like literally snaps in Wallace's face, like her fingers like snap, snap, snap. Like, hey, Earth to Wallace, your woman's here. You better start paying attention, buddy. And then Wallace is like, oh, sorry. I'm going through some shit. Wallace sees Veronica sit down at another table in the distance, and she's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go talk to Veronica. And Jackie is like, this fucking bitch.
Jackie's in the right to be in her feels about the hot girl that Wallace spends a lot of time with.
Especially after last episode when Wallace, he's getting it on with Jackie, and then he's like, gets a phone call from Veronica, and he's like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I would be suspicious if I was Jackie too.
Yeah. You gotta be a little suspicious. It's like, it's one thing when you're like, okay, they're friends. It's another thing when like he really is like, he's like mushing her face out of her way. Like, oh, I gotta go talk to Veronica.
Yeah. So he goes over to Veronica and he lays out the whole thing about his real dad, Nathan Woods. He's like, this guy came over. I thought that he was going to ask Veronica to like look into Nathan Woods and like what the situation actually is. But he's just venting.
No, I don't think he needs it because he's got all the information. Like, what would she actually be looking for?
I don't know. I'm a little suspicious of Alicia. I'm not going to lie.
Well, yeah, you should be. But like, what would Wallace want her to look into? Like, she admitted that guy was his biological dad. Like, what would he?
I don't know. I thought that he was going to look into
it. No,
I
just don't know what he would actually ask for. And also, that's not Wallace's vibe, man. You don't stick cases on
Wallace
people.
Is very much.
I fucking like Wallace. You like Wallace a lot. You know who? Duncan doesn't get jealous that Veronica hangs out with Wallace at all either.
Yeah, that's true.
And he knows he shouldn't. He doesn't have to. He's got to worry more about Logan.
Bro. So, yeah, Wallace is venting to Veronica about this, and Veronica's like, damn, that sounds crazy, dude. Sorry. But then Jackie comes over, and Veronica's like, hey, Jackie. And Jackie's like, bye, Veronica. And Jackie's like all pissed off at Wallace. She storms off. And then Wallace watches her walk away and is like, oh, shit. I'm in the doghouse. I should probably go talk to her.
He is fumbling this away.
Yes, he is.
But I do give Wallace's timing to ditch her to talk to Veronica is bad, but it's not something that he was going to talk to Jackie about.
No,
it's too early in that relationship to dump that kind of trauma.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wallace finally recognizes the need. Like, oh man, I gotta go talk to her. Mm-hmm. She is must be that time of the month. You know what I'm saying?
That is Joe Welke speaking. Joe Welke speaking.
Sad girls against the patriarchy guest, Joe Welke. But yeah. So then we go to the Mars office, and there's a bunch of Keith Mars campaign signs all over the office. And Veronica comes back there to the office, and she sees Keith, and she's like, "Damn, dude! Like, you're not. Why you got all these campaign posters? She says something like, when they say you're supposed to blanket the city with your marketing, they don't mean literally." And then Keith is like, "They actually found all these posters in a dumpster downtown." And Veronica's like, "Oh, so that's what that smell was." And Keith's not worried about it at all, because he called his poll numbers guy, and he's got a very comfortable lead over Sheriff Lamb.
12 points. 12-point lead.
12 points. Big lead.
Mm-hmm.
Big lead. Keith is sitting back. He's got his feet kicked up on his desk. He's like, "Nothing can take me down at all."
He's way too cocky at this scene. And I was like, this is not going to work out well for him. And cocky is not a good look for Keith.
Mm-mm.
Cocky is not a good look for Keith.
I don't know what is a good look for Keith. I'm not going to lie.
Kind of just like
King Kong?
Getting a minor win. Getting a minor win,
Yeah. He's like, he has good emotional moments with Veronica, like being a good dad, like worried about Veronica.
Yeah, that's when he kicks into gear. But sometimes their scenes get very actory melodramatic. Where there's like, it looks like an act off when they have the scenes together.
Yeah, I'm just picturing him like hugging Veronica and like kissing her forehead, like after he was worried about her and she came home finally. Yeah. Like that's a good Keith. Everything else is wild.
I kind of just love just I don't know what he's gonna do in a scene.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. So we go to Veronica's office, aka the high school bathroom.
Not yet.
Oh, you're right. We go to Jackie, who is at a psychic tarot card reading type lady, mystical. What's her name? Angie or something?
I don't know.
Angels with Angie or something. And she's getting a psychic reading. The psychic is talking about her grandma, and like, this is what her grandma is telling her, blah, 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 blah. Jackie goes to charge her credit card, and the card gets declined. So Jackie's like, "Shit, I'm in trouble." So then we go to Veronica's office, aka the high school girls' bathroom. Jackie sees Veronica in there, and Jackie's like, "Wallace told me I could find you in here." She knows your poop schedule.
Yeah, like, right.
But she's like, "I need your help with something. I need to ask you something." And then two girls hear that, and they're like, "Oh, Veronica's got to do business. Let's get out of the bathroom." Two girls leave the stalls. They leave the bathroom. It's business hours. So Jackie explains that someone stole her credit card information and maxed it out. Jackie suspects her friend Cora did it because Cora's always borrowing Jackie's clothes and stuff all the time. And Veronica's like, "Why would Cora do that? Like, I don't know. Like, you can't suspect that it's Cora." Veronica's being a little snippy towards Jackie.
Well, Jackie says she wants Veronica to prove that Cora didn't do it.
Yes, you're right. Yes, because Cora is Jackie's only friend. And Jackie printed out a list of all the charges. She gives them to Veronica, and it's just like a bunch of lady stuff, like lip cosmetics and handbags and jackets from Nordstrom's and stuff like that.
Candles from Wiki Wicks or whatever.
Yeah. Twisty Wixer. Yeah. And then Veronica sees a separate charge for a company called Consolidated Elemental Industries. And this is for $93.15. And Veronica's like, "Okay, you know all this stuff, Nordstrom, the lip cosmetics. What is this Consolidated Elemental Industries?" And Jackie's like, "I actually don't know what that is." And Veronica's like, "All right, well, the way that we figure this out is we have to see if Cora has any of the stuff that's on this list. So I'm going to go stalking Cora and I'm going to be fashion police. And I was like, hey, Veronica, back off, bitch. That's my former job.
Yeah. You decided on this show that you don't have any fashion takes for some reason.
Really I'm going to be honest with you.
Unless it's the lead singer of the theme song.
Yeah. And or Weevil when he's got the sleeveless Henley. But nobody's wearing anything egregious in this show. Like, people were like, oh yeah, there's going to be crazy Veronica Mars fashion. Nothing. There's nothing. Not a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'll call it out if it's crazy. You know me. I'll break into it.
All right.
But yeah, so Veronica's on the hunt for Cora. She's going to see if Cora's got any of this stuff. Alicia shows up at the Mars Investigations office. Keith's like, Alicia, what are you doing here, girl? What's up, babe? She's like, I'm here for my papers. And I think you know exactly which papers I'm here for. They're personal documents that you stole, Keith. And Keith goes, I didn't steal them. And she goes, borrowed, took without my knowledge, then you were going to give them back. Whatever you want to say it, you have them. I want them back. And I was like, Keith? Keith with his defense of like, I didn't steal him. It's like, bro.
I love his sad Charlie Brown walk into the office to get the papers. He's like, oh.
He slumps his head down, like bobbles it a little bit.
He looked like sad Michael Cera in Arrested Development. Just like, oh, okay.
And Keith gives her the papers back and he's like, I just want to know why you didn't tell me about this kind of stuff. And like,
yeah.
Alicia's like, because I don't feel like I have to. And Keith goes, well, you should have at least told Wallace. And then Alicia blows the lid off.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, you are going to give me parenting advice? And then Keith goes, oh, come on. What is that supposed to mean? And she goes, I was just trying to keep my family safe, keep my son safe. I didn't want to invite chaos into my household. And Keith goes, you invited chaos into your household. You just postponed it. And then Alicia looks at him and goes, she leaves in a huff.
Mm-hmm.
This is the scene where I was like, damn, this escalated real quick, dude. Like,
yeah, they go for it. They go for it. He's so used to being in these scenes with like Veronica, you know, and it's a whole different tone. She's giving it back like in a different way.
Well, I didn't know what she meant by like, you're going to give parenting advice to me? Like as if Keith is a bad dad.
You mean the dad who had to do a DNA test to find out whether or not his daughter was his daughter and like all of that stuff?
That doesn't make him a bad dad.
The fact that he has his daughter constantly like dropping off like bugs in people's offices without his knowledge. Last episode going against what he said and almost ruining marriages, almost getting personal witness protection. Her constantly getting in trouble. Her constantly hanging out with killers and stuff.
He's a good dad.
No.
He got her a waterbed at a yard sale.
Her daughter had her getting called into the security office at work. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Discord poll, is Keith a good dad?
I think she's got some legs to stand on for him saying that you should not do this to... Inviting Keith into her house was the bad move.
Wow, dude. Wow.
I said the same thing with Buffy. Like, Buffy's cool to have on your side, but if you're around Buffy, bad things are going to happen to you.
All right.
Like,
these are some deep pot shots at our boy Keith right now.
This is like the same. Shocked. This is the same with Veronica. Like, Wallace is in danger because he's friends with Veronica, but he has to be.
All right. I'm Team Keith.
All
I'm
right.
Team Keith and Alicia. I like them together.
You like them together? I think it's fine. I don't know. They're
nice.
They're fine, I guess.
I like when Keith looks up at Alicia with his little smile, his little schoolboy smile when she brings him a sandwich.
I don't believe that she would like Keith.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
but have you seen Keith's dance moves? They're pretty slick.
Not really. I don't remember seeing a lot of moves in that scene.
Yeah, me neither, but I can just tell there's a vibe.
Right.
But yeah, Alicia leaves in a huff. She's all mad at Keith, and Keith also kind of looks like he regrets saying what he said. So we go to the sack and pack, Wallace's job, and Nathan Woods is there, and Wallace sees Nathan Woods, and this is awful.
Interesting choice for Wallace to do this.
Yeah, I hated this. Wallace sees Nathan Woods and starts singing Papa Was a Rolling Stone as Nathan Woods like gets closer, like inches closer to Wallace, and Wallace is like singing it at Nathan Woods, like making eye contact, singing it at him.
He's taunting him with the song Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
I was like, what?
Interesting choice. I don't know if the character would do that, but Wallace isn't the worst.
Would not do that. Wallace
isn't the worst singer though, which was surprising.
No, I mean he's no Veronica Mars. There's no people aren't losing their shit.
We got to see what happens if he gets on the karaoke mic.
Yeah, but Nathan goes up to Wallace. He's like, "So your mom told you about me?" And Nathan's like, "Yeah, and I don't want anything to do with you." And Nathan's like, "Hey, I get it. From her perspective, I get why she would leave me. I'm not here to defend myself. I don't blame her for leaving me. I get it. But I've been trying to track you down, and Alicia's been hiding you from me." And Wallace is like, "I don't care." And he's like, "Well, your mom has been like protecting you or like hiding you from me. And I've got proof because I have all these letters that I've sent over the years. I've been trying to get in touch with you. I want to be a part of your life. And like, I got all these letters and they're all returned to sender. And they say Wallace Woods on the things. Mm-hmm. So it's not Wallace Fennell."
Yeah, I mean, we know that.
Yeah. So Wallace is like, "Well, my mom told me that she gave you a choice, either the job or be my father." And Nathan goes, "If your mom ever gave me a choice, I would have chose you. She didn't give me a choice." And Wallace is like, "Oh, fuck. I don't know who to believe now." Mm-hmm. Little wrinkle.
Yeah.
Interesting wrinkle.
I like that this is a Wallace wrinkle. Veronica's not a part of it yet. And yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm. So Wallace takes the letters, and that's kind of the end of that scene. So we hear the nominees for Homecoming King. It's Duncan, a bunch of randos, and Wallace.
Yeah.
Now Wallace is excited about it. He's like, "All right, I'm starting to lean into this idea about being Homecoming King." Veronica does not get nominated for Homecoming Queen at all. She does not make the cut. And Jackie and Logan, they're very happy about this in their other homeroom.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Ha, yeah, I should have known Veronica never was going to do it." And Jackie's like, "Can't believe that anybody would have not said her name." And then Wallace goes, "And the fact that you weren't nominated is a bit of an oversight."
You mean Logan?
Yeah, Logan says that. Yeah, sorry, to Jackie.
Yeah.
And then they have a little flirty laugh. And I was like, oh, no.
I was like, well, originally when they started doing the Homecoming King and Queen, I was like, this is going to be perfect because Jackie's going to be nominated. Duncan's going to be nominated. Wallace is going to be nominated. Veronica's going to be nominated. And then Veronica and Wallace are going to win. And they're going to have to stand on the stage. And then Duncan and Jackie are going to stand there, arms crossed, looking at it.
That would have been better.
I actually like that they didn't do that because it's like so obvious, kind of.
No. I would have liked that. Yeah. I like the obvious sometimes.
Yeah, I was okay that they didn't do that because it was like, is Veronica really getting Veronica getting nominated for Homecoming Queen? I could kind of see, but it's tricky because I don't know the other people that are being nominated, and it's none of the names that we've heard before.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird when there's like a Homecoming King, Homecoming Queen type thing. Like
we didn't do that at our high school.
Me neither.
Well, you went to an all boys school, so it would have just been 2 Homecoming Kings. right?
But like, could you? Got a couple of white monsters here, everybody. Like, could you be voted homecoming king and then the girl that's homecoming queen like not be associated with you at all? And like, what if you're the king and you have a girlfriend? Like,
I mean, it doesn't mean anything.
It means everything. Have you not seen any movies? It's everything, Vance.
It's like, okay, I did the homecoming, but can I be prom? I got to win prom.
You got to see if you can sweep. You got to get homecoming, spring fling, and prom or whatever.
the triple crown.
Yeah, winter formal.
The harvest fest.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand.
King and queen of the Sadie Hawkins dance.
Yeah. But yeah, Logan and Jackie have a flirty laugh together.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the fact that you weren't nominated is a bit of an oversight. Yeah. And he's smiling, writing some shit down. His fucking.
I half predicted that maybe
wild.
Logan was hooking up with, could have been hooking up with Jackie in that hotel room, but I don't think that's that.
I mean, could be still. Who knows?
I don't think they've. Yeah. It'll be interesting if the show somehow makes the two of them hook up and we still have to root for him.
I mean, Logan is hooking up with everybody.
I know.
This guy, his fucking history is dope.
I gotta say, it's just interesting the way people don't treat him like he's the son of a murderer. Like, he should be fascinating and an interesting, like, he's
not only son of a murderer, but also a potential murderer himself.
Yeah.
Because, like, half of the, like, PCHers are, like, the only reason he got off is because he's rich.
Yeah, they've kind of just pushed that aside until it comes up randomly, because he's not walking on eggshells in school.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. If he... This Logan guy.
If he hooks up with Jackie, and we still have to be like, I really do want him to get back with Veronica, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's tough. So we go to Veronica walking through the halls, and she's looking at Cora's class schedule, and she's like, all right, I got to find her. I got to see what kind of fashion she's rocking. She sees her, does a little fake bump into her, and she's like, oh my God, I love your jacket. In her voiceover, she's like, she's got the handbag, she's got the jacket from like the credit card charges. Like, oh, I got to see this shit. She compliments Cora. Cora's like, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. And Veronica's like, where'd you get it? And she's like, can you keep a secret? I'm going to the Chatsworth outlets. And Veronica's like, can I come with you? Can we go? Because I got to get a homecoming dress for the dance, and maybe we can get one at the Chatsworth outlets. And Cora's like, yeah, sure, let's go after school. And then also in Veronica's voiceover, she's like, wait, my boyfriend hasn't asked me to the homecoming dance yet. That son of a bitch.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna plant something on Cora when she did the bump.
Yeah, that's usually the move.
And I was surprised that Cora was so nice to her, considering she was friends with Jackie. Jackie doesn't like Veronica that much, and she was just like, oh my God, you remember me? And
yeah, well, they were table tennis partners in 8th grade or whatever.
Badminton or something.
Badminton.
But yeah, I was surprised that we had a scene where all the people were like kind of iffy about Veronica, and it's like some people like her, some people don't. It was not a lot of middle, and Cora seemed like, oh hey, Veronica, I'm down to hang out with you.
Also, I think I've been to the Chatsworth outlets. I feel like Chatsworth is more around us, not like San Diego area.
So, yeah, they go to Los Angeles all the time. They travel.
I guess it's quite a hike. They could go to the Carlsbad.
That's the point of
it. They're really good. They're nice. They're near San Diego.
Neptune is a fictional place. It's fine.
We're just going to say it's by the border. The dad's a San Diego Padres fan. It's near San Diego.
I don't care.
I do. Let me care, Vance. So then we go to the parking lot, and Duncan goes up to Logan, and they're like, hey, we're both emancipated minors. You want to drink some cough syrup and shove some old ladies? And this is supposed to be like a funny bit that Duncan's doing to Logan. And Logan's like, I don't think so. I gotta bake cookies for a charity sale. And then Duncan's like, hey, all these jokes, these hilarious bits aside.
These two deserve each other. They're so lame.
Yep.
They're so lame.
You want to come over to my hotel room, play some hot shots, have a golf tournament? And Logan's like, yeah, sure. And I wrote in my note, are they friends again? I thought they hated each other.
Duncan trying to be friends with Logan again. He's like,
trying to make amends. That episode that everybody hates.
Why not go over to Logan? Like, I still can't get over the fact that Logan has a whole mansion to himself. And that Duncan just doesn't have like an apartment or like a rental house. Like the fact that he's staying in a hotel.
I mean, staying in a hotel might be kind of badass.
Not for not an extended stay this long. Especially if you grew up with a pool and a like multiple rooms and
housekeepers.
Yeah. He like
gigantic
room service
islands.
Gets old. Room service is going to get old after a while.
Dude, I'm just looking at this thinking that he's going to go broke.
They're not going to go broke. He's a billionaire. I don't think you understand how much money is. I don't think you understand money.
I'm worried about his finances.
God, he's not going to go broke.
I don't think he is.
His dad is paying for other people to go to college, and you're worried about him going broke.
Yeah. I'm worried for Duncan, man. He's getting room service.
Jake Kane is paying for Wallace's lifestyle.
It's the Neptune Grand, though, man. This isn't any hotel. This isn't any old hotel. This isn't the Marriott. This is the Neptune Grand.
The ballroom fees that he has to pay.
The suite.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, yeah, Duncan's trying to be friends with Logan again. And Logan seems receptive to it. Mm-hmm. Then we cut over to Jackie asking Veronica. She's like, so did you find anything out about Cora? She's the thief, right? It's got to be her. And Veronica's like, well, there is some evidence leading me to believe that it is Cora. She does have some of the stuff that's on the credit card charges. But I'm going to investigate a little bit further. We're going to go to the outlets in Chatsworth later today. I'm going to see what the deal is.
Doesn't she have to get back to the office to take phone calls for her dad?
No.
Does she have to go to one of her like 15 jobs?
No. I know that Keith had just asked her.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I need you to help out around the office.
That was
like,
yesterday.
I'll get to it.
That was yesterday. Because no time has passed in between episodes.
Yeah. So we then go to a debate between the two nominees to be sheriff. And Lamb is giving a speech about how all the crime in the city that bugs him, illegal immigrants bug me, and car thief bugs me, and robbery bugs me, arson bugs me, and you know what? All these bug things, that's why I'm the exterminator. And everyone's like,
how many
really
people
clever.
are at this like debate? It seems like it's
like there's
10
17 people. Yeah. And then the moderator's like, Mr. Mars, I don't know how you're going to come back from that, but go ahead and try. He's the exterminator. And Keith is like, yeah, well, you know what? I love Neptune, and that's why I'm running for sheriff, because I love Neptune. And I'm concerned. And Lamb is like, concerned about what? That crime is so low? And Keith is like, no, I'm concerned that there's a growing amount of resentment across this town. There's a polarization in the community. And everyone goes, oh yeah, there is. Oh, yeah.
I want to give the moderator credit for asking Keith the question of, you're really well known for solving the Lily Kane thing, but you were ousted from that. Does that make you harbor ill will towards Neptune?
Yeah. Does that color your opinion of Neptune?
And I thought him saying, hey, I stayed in Neptune through all of that would have been like a really strong. I mean, what he said is, I love Neptune, but I think he should have just really harped on, like, I stayed here when I could have left, and I stayed here because I believe in it. But, he did enough. But He had the fact that he didn't leave after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the moderator turns to Sheriff Lamb and she goes, so I want to ask you about the major bus accident that's been going on. It seems like you have been attributing this to driver error. What have you done any further investigation into this bus accident thing? And Sheriff Lamb goes, as a matter of fact, I have done some investigation into this. You see, back in 1989, Keith Mars here pulled driver Ed Doyle over under suspicion of DUI, driving while drunk. And rather than give him a DUI, Keith just followed him home and made sure he got home safe. Now, if Keith would have given him the DUI, Ed Doyle would have never been hired by the school district, and he never would have been the driver of that bus. Therefore, the bus accident would have never happened. And then everyone in the audience is, Keith Mars. Moderator turns to Keith and she goes, your response, Mr. Mars? Keith goes, I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't remember that. I don't recall this. Sheriff Lamb leans into the microphone and goes, I've got your records back at the station. If you want to have a look at them.
He had them there, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I got the records of your driver logs.
Your patrol logs.
Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to have a look at them. And Keith is shook. The audience is shook.
Veronica was taking photographs is shook.
Yeah. Sheriff Lamb is reveling in this.
Not so cocky now, are you, Keith?
Nope. Veronica has no time to comfort her dad, though. She's got to go hang out with Cora.
Yeah.
So Veronica goes to hang out with Cora, and Veronica made up something. She's like, oh, leave it to me, klutz that I am. I spilled a whole macchiato all over my shirt. I need to borrow a shirt from you, Cora, before we go to the Chatsworth outlets. So Veronica goes into Cora's house. They go through Cora's closet. Veronica's like, I'm looking for the stolen goods.
Veronica's being real aggressive here for a girl that she has never really hung out with or talked to. Just to go diving into the closet like that, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and Cora is like being very hospitable.
Yeah, like, hey, no, don't go in that. Please. I'm like, grab this little girl and grab her out of your closet.
Yeah, Veronica sees some kind of like gigantic like thing, and Cora's like, hey, don't do that. And Veronica turns, she's like, I love going through your closet. It's like seeing the fashion of the future or whatever.
She said it's like a skin mag or something. She's flipping through a skin mag, and I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So Veronica unzips this giant thing, and it's a giant chicken suit because Cora is the mascot that works at El Loco Pollo Chicken or whatever.
Pollo Pollo Chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cora's like, if you tell anyone about this, I will kill you. And Veronica's like, understandable. Mm-hmm. Understandable. So then she just grabs a fucking random shirt.
Like a gray shirt that you're like, I don't even think she's wearing that later. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. But they go shopping. They come back. Veronica's dropping Cora off. And she's like, glad we went shopping, got a dress. Everything was cool. Cora gets out. She's like, this was a lot of fun. We'll have to do this again sometime. And Veronica's like, we'll have to see if we can afford you to be a guest star.
I think Veronica needs to lock down this Cora friendship right now.
Cora seems real cool.
Cora's the coolest person. She needs to lock this down. That is it. You're friends with Wallace. You're friends with Cora. Like, you date Duncan and then just like close the circle. You're done.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, if I'm Veronica, I'm telling Wallace to dump Jackie, go for Cora.
Yeah.
Cora rules.
I gotta say.
So,
yeah. Not that bad.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Got a terrible job, though. Terrible, embarrassing as fuck.
I mean, she does that. He works at the, what is it,
Sack and Pack.
Sack and Pack.
Selling white monsters at the Sack and Pack.
Yeah. Jeez, you are. We've been drinking these things forever, and now you're.
Yeah, I'm on one. One white monster.
Somebody listening to this likes this.
Yep. Somebody, one person.
Our listener likes this.
Yep. Thanks, Slytherin. So Cora gets out. Veronica calls the chicken place. She's like, I gotta confirm. She pretends to be somebody from the high school. She's like, I confirmed some working hours for Cora, whatever her last name is. And the hours get verified. And Veronica's like, huh? All right. Well, all right. So then Veronica calls Jackie and she's like, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. It's not Cora. I just spent the day with her. She seems real chill. I called her work. Hours check out. There's no way that she could have been the person that stole your card and made all these charges. Like the timing doesn't add up. So then we go over to Duncan's suite at the MGM Grand that's just bleeding money from this poor guy.
I like that Wu-Tang song, MGM Grand.
Yeah. And they got room service, start making out. And then Duncan's like, hey, we should invite some people over for the after party. And Veronica's like, after party for what? And Duncan's like, the homecoming dance, you idiot. And Veronica's like, oh, homecoming dance. Interesting that you bring that up. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about this homecoming dance? I don't know. I don't seem to know anything about it. I don't know when it is or what. And Duncan's like, oh, fuck. I didn't ask you to homecoming dance yet, did I? And Veronica's like, no. He's like, well, of course I'm going to fucking take you to homecoming dance. You're my girlfriend. And then Veronica's like, okay, cool, finally. I'm going to need these things. I need an orchid, purple colored fucking boutonniere or whatever. What is it? Corsage. Mm-hmm. I need this other thing, and I need some Kane software stationery. And Duncan's like, are you serious? And she's like, I want what I want. And Duncan's like, okay. And if I'm Duncan, I'm like, no.
Duncan, you know Veronica. Like, you got to be like, no, tell me what you're up to. And then she has to, like, unzip your pants, and you're like, fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's no way. You just, like, she gives him, like, a little, hey, I'm the brains here. You're just the face or whatever. And, like, some, like, little bit that she would do with Keith. And it's like,
yeah. I mean, they do a close-up on Duncan's face after she asked for Kane software stationery, and he looks like so dumb.
I'm surprised that he can get it.
Right?
Like, where did he get? Because his parents are in Aspen, we find out.
Yeah.
I thought they were in Napa before, but now they're in Aspen. So they're in Colorado. They have run out of the state.
Yeah. And their son is just draining money.
You still face the trial. Like, you still have to deal with.
There's no extradition from Colorado.
True, I forgot.
Anyway, so yeah. So then we go to Veronica. She's reading the newspaper at home. And she's like reading about the debate that Keith had with Sheriff Lamb. And Keith comes into the kitchen and Veronica's like, bro, you are slipping in the polls now. Not so cocky now, huh? It's a dead heat. What does your numbers guy have to say about that? And Keith just completely ignores this. He's like, don't worry about it. Looks into Veronica's bag and he sees like a beetle that's in like a hard shell covering case. And he picks it out of the bag and he's like, what the hell is this? And Veronica's like, don't worry about it. It's my biology project. He's like, oh, okay. And then there's that scene.
There's Veronica just lying to her dad again.
Yeah. How about we don't keep secrets to each other anymore?
But Keith got his house under control.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's a good dad.
Yeah.
He's a good dad.
His kid is reckless. She's solving crimes, but she's reckless.
Okay. All right. I mean, he did rescue her from being in the refrigerator.
He did not more than 48 hours ago say, hey, you're not as clever as you think you are. You're only 18. You can't protect yourself from everything.
He did call her a disobedient daughter.
Yes.
Good dad, though. So Wallace is at home.
I'm not saying he's a bad dad, but she does have a leg to stand on by saying, don't tell me how to raise my kid.
Yeah. So we go to the Fennell household. Wallace is at home. Alicia walks in, and Wallace is holding all the return to sender letters. And Alicia's like, "What you got there?" And Wallace is like, "Fucking my dad, Nathan Woods, came to my job, and he gave me all these letters. Looks like your handwriting here on the return to sender. You said that you gave him a choice, and he didn't choose me, but I think you're fucking lying. Because he was obviously trying to contact me and you were hiding." And then Alicia's like, "No, Wallace, no."
This is the scene I think it really goes from 0 to 100 quick.
She like grabs the letters and throws them on the ground.
Is she in like a house coat too? Like dressed in something that she's never worn once, ever?
She just yanks those letters. They fall all over the ground. And Wallace is like, "You're lying to me." And she's like, "I didn't lie to you." Yeah. And Wallace is like, "I'm out. Bye. Figure out your own shit, lady." And then so he leaves.
Yeah.
I loved that scene. That was so dramatic.
It was so dramatic.
Alicia dude, her grabbing those letters from him and just like, ah!
It felt like something in a different type of show, different movie, like so melodramatic.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like a play that you would go see.
Yes, exactly. But so Wallace goes to school and he's laying out all the drama for Veronica. They're at their lockers. They're like, "Dude, this is the update on the drama." And Veronica's like, "You know what, dude, if you ask me, I think you should stick to hanging out with your mom." And then Wallace is like, "I don't know, man. I think it's nuts that if my dad's such a bad guy and if he's such a bad dad and like he did all this crazy shit and went undercover and was all this drug addict, like he's stuck with the Chicago PD after all these years. He can't be that bad of a guy." And then Veronica retorts with, "Well, if he's such a decorated officer in the Chicago PD, why did it take him so long to track you down?" And then Veronica goes, "Trust me, from a girl who knows, the parent that sticks around is the one that actually cares." She slams her locker and walks away.
Both of them have their perspectives, and they're right. Both perspectives are right. I don't know what Wallace should choose. Like you say, Alicia's still hiding something. Something's up with the dad. Like there's still like a lot of stuff we don't know about.
We also have seen too the Abel Kuntz's. Was it Abel Kuntz's kid whose mom was like crazy and like screaming at them, and the girl had a little brother and the little brother was like crying? There was an episode like that a while ago.
Yeah, that was a couple episodes ago. Not Abel Kuntz. You're talking about the bus driver, Ed Doyle's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Yeah, what about that?
Well, it's like that's the mom who stayed, and she's obviously not like a
that's
good...
not. I mean, that's a lot different. The guy died. It's not like the mom that stayed. They were together. Like they were literally still together when he died. So I don't know. That's not the mom that stayed. It's not the same equivalency.
Well, Abel Kuntz was
trying... That's not Abel Kuntz.
No, Ed Doyle was
the bus driver,
to leave.
And he died on the
He's trying to leave, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the same.
Be with that other lady.
Yeah.
This show is very convoluted.
The show's got so much going on. I watched this episode with my wife. She just happened to be we watched this one, and I gave her I had to pause and give her like a rundown of the first season, and giving a rundown of the first season sounds insane. Because I was like, okay, who? She was like, okay, it was like the scene where Logan was talking to Jackie in the classroom. So I was like, I got to explain who Logan is, right? And then I just had to go through the whole, well, his sister died, and Veronica was dating his best friend, but also sheriff is running for sheriff because he used to be the sheriff, but then when the girl died, he blamed the boyfriend, Veronica's boyfriend's dad, on it, but then they found out that it was actually Harry Hamlin who was sleeping with Lily, and Lily also used to hook up with Weevil, and then she died, but then he tried to kill her. I was like, when you say that whole first season, oh man. And it was like, oh yeah, then Duncan might have been her brother. She doesn't know who her dad was. So that's why she's talking. And it was funny because I explained that, and then like the stuff comes up in the debate, and they're like, oh, the bus crash, oh, the Lily Kane thing. And it was like, okay, so she was able to like follow along, but there's so much happening. It's like Wallace has 2 dads in this episode, and then a credit card that's being stolen, and then their bus crash stuff is happening, and you're just like, holy crap, there's so much stuff going on in this episode.
Yeah.
They pack a lot into these 45 minutes, man.
And that's like just after one season. That's one season of backstory. And it's so much explanation. There's so much happening.
Well, watching this episode, I was taking notes, and I was like, we haven't even gotten to the opening credits yet. There's been like 10 scenes.
The opening credits come so late.
But there's like 10 scenes before that. And they're just like rapid fire.
Yeah,
the show, man, they pack a lot into this.
Yeah. But, Veronica's telling Wallace, hey, you should maybe stick with Alicia. She's the one that actually cares. And Wallace looks kind of like, you got a point, but I'm also a little suspicious because she's been lying to me. So, the beetle that Veronica had earlier on in the episode gets sent to Sheriff Lamb with a letter from Kane Software Stationery that says, knock 'em dead on election day, exterminator. It says it's from Jake Kane. And Sheriff Lamb is all giddy. He's like, hey, mustache guy, I got a letter from Jake Kane. He said, knock 'em dead, exterminator. He sent me this beetle. Look at it. It's so cool. The mustache guy's like, cool. Whatever.
I think this is around the time I took a bathroom break. But then I was thinking to myself, why would Jake Kane be rooting for Sheriff Lamb, who's the one who arrested him the night and said, hey, you're under arrest for obstruction of justice.
Yep.
Why would he then be like, you know what? Keith did solve the murder. Keith and Veronica did solve the murder of what happened to my daughter. But you know what? I want this guy who literally put me in handcuffs last scene I had with him. I'm going to send him something great.
Knock 'em dead.
Yeah.
Exterminator.
I do love that Veronica literally sends a bug to bug Lamb's office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Are you ready to dairy-free your mind? This summer, melt away your dairy-free expectations with So Delicious dairy-free frozen desserts. Enjoy mind-blowing flavors like salted caramel cluster, chocolate cookies and cream, cookie dough, and more. For over 35 years, So Delicious has been cranking up the flavor with show-stopping products that are 100% dairy-free, certified vegan by Vegan Action, and are so unbelievably creamy, your taste buds will do a double take. Dairy-free your mind. Visit SoDeliciousDairyFree.com.
Want to live better? We've got a lot of work to do. Join Chris Hemsworth in National Geographic's new Disney Plus original series, Limitless. Live better now.
I'm diving headfirst into cutting-edge science to uncover 3 powerful secrets to living better right now. The growth that occurs through any challenging experience is really what we seek.
Chris Hemsworth stars in Limitless. Live better now. Streaming August 15th on Disney Plus and Hulu.
It's showtime.
So then we go to Veronica. Veronica's driving, and she's driving to the Elemental Industries place that she saw from the credit card bill. And it's the psychic from the first scene with Jackie. Veronica goes in there. She's like, okay, all right, we're at this place. This is the Elemental Industries place. Okay. She's looking around. She's like, okay, she got some really nice candles. Maybe if it's $500 worth of candles from, and she flips it over from Tricky Wicks or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I think it might be this psychic lady who stole the credit card information. So then we have Veronica hanging out with Jackie.
Which was wild.
Yeah. Hanging out with Jackie at her house.
Can I say?
In the most TV show fucking blocking of all time.
They've done this blocking before. It was when the girl was running for class president. And the girl came over and they were making signs. And it was the same thing where Veronica's on the bed and then the other girl's on the floor and she's leaned against it. And I gotta say, nothing good ever comes from this.
Nope. So Veronica's asking Jackie, like, how do you think the psychic got your credit card info? And Jackie's like, I'll tell you how. She got it from me because I go to that psychic. And Veronica's like, what? And Jackie's like, yeah, I go to the psychic because I lost my grandmother a little while ago and I loved my grandmother. And look, I know that this psychic lady is probably like a hoax, but it's still comforting to hear like an older lady telling me like everything's going to be all right and that my grandmother's looking after me. Like, I get it. And Veronica's like, well, that's pretty sweet. And Jackie's like, yeah, and if you tell anybody about this, I'll fucking have to kill you. And then
a lot of death threats for Veronica, but she's used to it. She had photos with a target on her. She didn't care.
Yeah.
These death threats mean nothing.
Yeah, talk to me when you got me in a fridge.
I had people shoot at me when I was making out with Logan. I don't care.
This is nothing.
Someone shot at her.
Yeah. Shotgun blasted through this guy's fucking windows.
And then they gave up. They decided, you know what? We're done trying to kill Logan. That was just...
Yeah.
We're over it now for some reason.
Yeah.
That's how feuds work, right?
Yeah, especially gang warfare.
Yeah, you take one shot. Can I say, I don't think the PCHers are a real gang.
No, they are. Are you kidding me?
I don't know what they do. I mean, we know that Shavando or whatever his name was had some money from the Fighting Fitzpatricks.
Yeah. Also a real gang.
Yeah. But I don't understand this small town that has like multiple gangs in it, and then the richest people are vacationing. Like Nick Cage has a house there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Veronica is like, well, I won't tell anybody, but here's a little secret. If we're sharing secrets, here's a secret. I used to rub Mammomax on my chest as a comfort thing because it's like supposed to help grow your boobs or something.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like it's one of those like
QVC like late night.
Yeah, I didn't know when she said it. I was like, is this a real thing? And then it comes up multiple times later, and I was like, oh, it's just a funny name. And they love making fun of Kristen Bell, Veronica Mars being not well endowed
in the chest top area. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking of someone in college that used to call it front meat. And it was so weird. It was so weird. I was like, did he say top meat? No, I think he said front meat. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? It sounded awful. Dude.
Yeah. And that's kind of,
was before
I'm saying ew. And I've just been making white monster jokes all episode. Front meat.
It was pretty glizzy era, I would say.
Yeah.
But still, not the best. Mammomax.
So then Mammomax. Jackie reveals that the psychic lady has a community access TV show.
That everybody watches.
Everybody watches.
Everybody
in the high school. Veronica hasn't heard of this, though.
Yeah.
But everyone in the high school watches.
She's a detective.
Yeah. And Jackie's like, I got the perfect revenge plot. I'm going to go on this community access show and expose her. Mm-hmm. They watch it for a bit, and the psychic's on the show, and this girl Rhonda's there, or Michelle is there, and she's talking about how like the psychic can tap into Michelle's friend Rhonda, who was in the bus accident. And she's like, oh my God, yeah, you're trying to reach out. She wants to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So then Jackie's dad comes in the room, whose name is Terrence Cook. Mm-hmm. We had a difficult time remembering his name. Yeah. Terrence Cook. Mm-hmm. He comes in, he's like, hey girls. Jackie's like, hey, yeah, this is Veronica Mars. Do you remember her? And he's like, yeah, you shook my hand. And Veronica's like, yep.
Yeah, it was like, you promised never to wash your hand.
To wash your hand. And Veronica goes, it's starting to bother some people, yada, yada, yada. And then Jackie's dad is like, so I've been asked to MC a portion of the sheriff's charity ball. And Jackie's like, okay. And he's like, yeah. All right, see ya.
It's weird because he made it seem like Sheriff Lamb just came to the front door to do that, right?
The dad coming in here is so weird.
It's very TV show. We needed information across, but this doesn't make any sense. And the reaction that he has to seeing Veronica is like, "Oh no, Veronica's here."
Yeah, he's like kind of sweating. He's
yeah,
I got a MC thing.
What we find out later is like he should be nervous about it, but not like in front of them necessarily. Like for some reason, it makes it seem like he's nervous because Veronica's there, but he shouldn't be at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just so that Veronica can hear about that MCing thing. So for later.
Yeah, but I mean, is it even necessary for him to say that here because of what she hears later?
I think it's for her to see. No, actually, not really. She doesn't need to necessarily see his. No, what she hears says everything that you need. You like don't need this. Yeah.
Which is the next scene. Like Veronica comes back to her house and she's like, "Yeah, me and Jackie came up with a plan to." Her name is Madame Sophie. That's who the lady's name is. Mm-hmm. Her and Jackie came up with a plan to expose Madame Sophie, and then she's like,
"Well, Veronica says she's agreed to go on the show instead because." That lady already knows Jackie. Yeah. And this is where I was like my little Vance tense was going off and I was like, this seems a little fishy.
Yeah, a little some Vancey sense.
Yeah.
Spider sense.
Yeah.
Spidey sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's also a little fishy because you'd feel like everyone would know who Veronica Mars is.
Yeah, go to a psychic show and like she has all the information about you because your dad's running for sheriff and you were the biggest news story in town.
Yeah. Yeah. But
yeah.
Veronica is she's well known when she needs to be. She's not known at all when she doesn't.
She's like, you know what? You know what'd be good for me? Going on a public access show that everyone watches and seems to like. And then I out the psychic that everyone seems to like because then that'll make me more likable at school.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody loves a cynic on a psychic TV show. Yes. So Veronica's like, all right, we got the plan. Now it's time to shift gears. I got to go and let me see what Sheriff Lamb has been up to. And she's starts combing through the audio from her beetle bug. Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy's happening. She keeps scrubbing. But
how much did it cost to get a bug into that beetle that's encased? Like that seems like that's a custom order.
Yeah, and it's like laminated. Like
it's in like a plastic cube. It's like it's like just lamination. So it's like nothing. Yeah. But you still need to have a mic in there, and the mic has to somehow still be able to like pick up audio through it. So it has to be. It's a custom job. It's a custom job. I don't know who they get their bugs from, but this is a custom one.
Yeah. Yeah. So eventually she gets to a point where Jackie's dad shows up and Jackie's dad, Terrence, is like, "Hey, nice to meet you, Sheriff Lamb." And Sheriff Lamb's like, "Yeah, make it a thing. I want to know all of our notable residents. So I wanted you to come in and wanted to personally meet you." And Terrence is like, "All right, cool. Nice to meet you." And Sheriff Lamb goes, "Well, I also wanted to invite you to get some tickets to the sheriff's charity ball." And then Terrence is like, "Okay, I guess I'll take 2. And Sheriff Lamb goes, "No, you're going to take 1,000. And Terrence is like, "What? That's a lot of tickets, my guy." He's like, "Yeah, you're going to take 1,000 and you're also going to MC the Bachelor auction." Mm-hmm. Which I was like, whoa, weird.
I hope we get to see this Bachelor auction.
Me too.
And if Keith is not up there,
he's not going to be. He's with Alicia.
At least they got to break up. He's got to do it for. He's got to be a part of Sheriff Lamb's Bachelor auction. I just need to see. I just need to see.
So he's like, "You're going to buy 1,000 tickets and you're going to MC the Bachelor auction." And then Terrence goes, "That's a lot of fucking money." And then Sheriff Lamb goes, "Yeah, it's $10,000. But it's not the $3 million that I know you owe to have a big old gambling debt." And Terrence starts to look shook. And Sheriff Lamb is like, "Yeah, you think I don't know about this shit? I know I got a guy in a holding cell right over there who knows a bunch about your whole gambling shits. And Terrence is like, I never did anything. I never gambled on baseball. And then Sheriff Lamb's like, yeah, but that guy over there, he says that you were dealing with guys, you were doing favors for guys that were doing extensive gambling on baseball. So.
Yeah. And then he mentions like, me and you both have one thing in common. We both want to see you make it in the Hall of Fame. So it's the whole Pete Rose thing that they're dealing with. I wasn't sure by the reactions and the phrasing of whether or not Terrence Cook had gambled on baseball or not. I wasn't sure if he was like, I got a guy in a holding cell that'll say anything I want him to say, and I'll have him say it was for baseball. And the reaction that Terrence has is like tricky. I can't tell if he's like, he definitely being blackmailed into this because of the gambling debt. But I don't know if
being extorted.
He's being extorted, but I don't know if he's being twisted an extra level with the, I'm and the gambling. I'll say it was baseball, so it'll take your whole legacy down.
Yeah, I was also kind of like,
because who does he have in a holding cell that would?
Right.
That's what I think. I think Lamb is really.
You think he's bluffing?
No, I don't think he's bluffing. I think it's like they'll get anybody to say anything, like a petty criminal, but like, yeah, I knew this. He was betting on baseball. Like he'll give that guy off of like whatever he's on to do that.
Yeah, when he started talking about the guy that he has in another holding cell, and he's like, yeah, this guy, he did extensive baseball. I was like, oh, so did Terrence Cook like throw games or something? And then he's like, well, I want you to be in the Hall of Fame. I was like, well, it can't be that because then Terrence Cook would have been not good at baseball. But
wait, no, it's a Pete Rose thing. It's just Pete Rose bet on baseball games. It's not like he was throwing them or whatever. It's just you can't bet on your sport. But I don't know if Terrence did bet on the sport because he's like, I never bet on baseball. And then because gambling debt would be something that he could extort him for. But at first he's like, oh, I can tell some people where you got this new house that you bought. So it was like a threat that like the bookies would come after him. But then it's a gambling threat of like, now you won't make the Hall of Fame if I do it. So it's like a double down. I just don't know if he ever did bet on baseball because that would change it a little bit if you knew he had gambling debt and he's being extorted. But it's another thing if he bet on baseball and it's a double legacy. But overall, I guess it doesn't matter. It just shows Sheriff Lamb's an awful person.
Yep. Which we've known.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, we've known it from episode 1, his reaction to Veronica Mars.
You know what? I'm a little disappointed. Hasn't come back.
We're not getting that anymore. I know.
You need to go see the wizard.
This would have been the scene.
It would have been a great time to say.
You know what you need to do, you cowardly lion.
Ask him for some money to cover your gambling debts.
And this wizard, do you have his address or what? No, make it a...
Yeah. Keith pops his head in. Who's your daddy? And he leaves.
It's just all catchphrases. Cowabunga, eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts. Giggity. But yeah, that's this scene. So Veronica, she's at lunch now, and she sits next to the girl, Michelle, that was on the psychic show.
Do you think they canceled the Future Business Leaders of America Club? They're eating a lot of lunch outside again.
No, I mean, that still exists just like the Tritons do, you know?
Yeah, I want Duncan to be like, I can't do this. I have Triton meetings.
Yeah. I have I have a thing.
Does he have to like fuck with some other pledges soon?
Yeah,
some
probably.
Triton
He's
pledges?
got to make him go sing some karaoke in Pig Latin or whatever. But yeah, Veronica's eating lunch with Michelle, and Veronica's asking about it, the psychic show. She's like, I'm thinking about going on. What'd they have you do when you got there? And Michelle's like, yeah, nobody knew about Rhonda. Like, I didn't go in. Nobody asked me anything. But there was this lady backstage that I was talking to who looked familiar. She kind of had some crazy hair, rhinestone glasses. I talked to her a little bit about like what I was going to talk about or what I was hoping to get out of it. But that's it. And Veronica's like, oh, that's the lady.
Mm-hmm.
But then Michelle reveals like, well, I actually really, it's been weighing on me because I actually got a voicemail from Rhonda right before the bus accident happened. And I hear the bus accident happening. I have the voicemail saved. And Veronica's like, can I hear it? And Rhonda's like, sure, let me cue this bad boy up. And then we listen to the voicemail.
Okay. Yeah, this is wild.
And this whole thing could be a quote unquote if we were doing that here, but good God. I didn't write the actual quotes down, but the voicemail from Rhonda is like, hey, Michelle, why the fuck aren't you picking up your phone, you big dumb head? Anyway, I was just calling. I wanted to know about this. And then you hear like a big bang. Mm-hmm. And then Rhonda's like, oh, God. And then you hear another bang. And then you hear a third bang. Mm-hmm. And then the voicemail cuts out. Kids are screaming.
The thing that got me in this scene is Veronica's listening to this and has a horrified look on her face. And then Veronica goes, you all right? As if she didn't just listen to a bus full of kids being murdered and dying. Like, what was Veronica's face supposed to be in that moment? And you know that she was almost on that bus. Maybe they know that. I'm sure that was talked about.
Yeah. I mean, even if, like, Meg, who, like, they all know these kids that were on the bus. They were all on a field trip together. Like, yeah, let me listen to the voicemail where your kid's dying. And it's like, what is she supposed to do? Like, have the rock out face on? Like, what?
Rhonda looked at it like that was, like, she shouldn't have been horrified by what she heard.
Yeah.
You okay? What?
I just loved the juxtaposition of the beginning of the voicemail, though.
Yeah. And
like that girl sounded so dumb. That Rhonda girl. Hey, what's up, you freaking loser? Why are you on this field trip with us? You big fat freaking dum.
I mean, she's a high school girl in journalism class, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, press this to delete message. Press this, the forward message. And Veronica puts the phone underneath the table and like sends it to herself. And I was like, please, Veronica, don't accidentally delete this.
Right, dude.
For some reason, that's where my mind went.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they won't because then it would ruin the whole plot point that they need. This is the Lily Kane tapes all over again.
Yep. So then we go over to Lunkin.
Might as well.
That's their ship name, Lunkin.
Or Dogan.
Lunkin and Dogan. They're hanging out. They're about to play their video games. And Duncan's like, yeah, I'm trying to mend fences, man. Like, I don't want to be beefing with you anymore. Like, I want to be friends again. And Logan's like, yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. And Duncan's like, will you be down with it after I wipe the floor with you at this golf tournament? And Logan's like, I'd like to see you try.
I love that we get another one of those TV stagings of like Duncan sitting in a chair, Logan like on the ground, like leaned up against the bed or some kind of way.
Yeah.
And it seems like that TV setup is not hotel setup.
I also was a little peeved because it looked like they were playing Wii golf, but they're playing it with like an actual controller. They're not doing like the actual motions.
It looked very Wii golf-esque, but they mentioned like Golden Tee or something before.
Hot Shots.
Okay, this is Hot Shots golf, isn't it? Is this what Hot Shot golf looks like? Yeah.
I don't know. I never really played it.
Yeah.
Too busy fucking chicks. Anyway.
Too busy punting footballs and riding the pine. Yeah, this is Hot Shots golf.
Yeah. I never played. I didn't have video game systems growing up. I didn't. I had a Game Boy, and then like years and years and years and years later, I got a PS2 because I wanted to play
You went from
Kingdom
Game
Hearts.
Boy to PS2?
Yep.
Wow.
I told dude, I didn't.
Your mind
have
must have been blown.
Yeah. PS2 was legit. Kingdom Hearts. Final Fantasy X. Playing Blitzball, baby. Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X-2 is on our Amazon wish list.
Final Fantasy X is the one that I remember playing because I think this is the same time Metal Gear Solid 2 had come out too. And I think I was playing Final Fantasy X and I was like halfway through the game and then the PlayStation froze up in the middle of like one of those fights that takes like 20 minutes or 30 minutes to fight, you know, in those long battles.
Yeah, those long boss battles.
And there's something about me when the momentum breaks, I just stop.
Bro.
And boy, the momentum broke there. And I just was like, I'm not going back to this. And I was enjoying the game. I was riding high and I was like, you know what? I can't do that. I can't do this again.
I know exactly what you're talking about because the same thing happened to me with a game called Dragon Age Origins.
Mm.
I got into one of those things and I just was in the middle of fighting a fucking gigantic dragon and then my shit froze and I never went back to that game.
Another game that I had like that, we're on Video Game Corner for some reason right now. Another game that like that for me was Fallout 3, which I started playing, had so much fun playing it. And I like went away for like a week or two and I tried to go back and I was like, I can't mentally put myself back into those inventory systems.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
A little bit almost happened with the Zelda game I'm playing. I took a little break from it.
Wow.
But I came back recently, a couple days ago. Actually,
new eyes
upon the hearing of this, it would have been a couple weeks ago, and I played again. I'm like gearing up to fight the last boss in that game, but I just was like, oh man, do I dive back in? And I dove back in. It was like, okay, good. But when you take a break, it's hard to go back into it. Some of these games.
See, I took a break. I was playing Final Fantasy X, loving the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got to the Blitzball portion, and I got lost in playing Blitzball, and I didn't want to go back to complete the game because I just wanted to play Blitzball all the time. And then I finally like completed the game. But then after I completed the game, Final Fantasy X just became a Blitzball game. Like, I could not care less about the story.
I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know what the Blitzball game is.
Oh, man. And in Final Fantasy VIII, same thing happened because I was playing the card game Triple Triad or whatever it was called. And I just started playing Triple Triad with everybody and collecting their cards. I fucking loved the mini games in Final Fantasy games, dude.
There's a game out now that everyone's talking about. Balatro is a card game. I haven't played it, but I think it's a free card game you can get on like PlayStation and all other systems. And it's like a card playing game that people are like obsessed with.
Yeah. But I remember loving Final Fantasy X, and then I got Final Fantasy X-2. And Final Fantasy X-2 made me feel like a creep.
What is
because
10-2?
It follows
me.
It's the sequel to Final Fantasy X. It follows the same characters.
Yeah.
But it's only the female characters, and they made the female characters like more busty and less clothed. And I was like, this isn't
the jiggle effects. Remember that volleyball game that they made? They made like a volleyball game like that, and it was all jiggle physics with the jumping. That anime stuff, man.
Leisure Suit Larry or whatever.
The anime loves to do that.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. But yeah, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X-2, it's on the Amazon wish list. If you want to see me go down a fucking hole of Blitzball, send that our way, everybody. Okay, so back to Veronica Mars. She is at the psychic show now. And she's there, and she told a made-up story about an Uncle Roger to the lady with the rhinestone glasses. And she's like, I'm going to expose this fucking psychic lady. I'm going to show her that she ain't shit and she doesn't know anything about it because I made up this fake story. So then the psychic lady is like, I'm sensing someone who was here to talk to someone with the letter R. And Veronica's like, that's me, bitch. Come on. And then she's like, come on up. So Madame Sophie brings Veronica up. They start talking about Uncle Roger. And Veronica's like, wow, that's my Uncle Roger. That's exactly what he would do. And then the psychic goes, yeah, well, I'm glad that we got in touch with him. You can go have a seat back. Wait a minute. I'm getting another vision. It's a vision of a girl. She's got a flower in it. Flowers. I'm sensing the letter L. Lily. And then Veronica is looking shook now. She's like, oh, shit.
This lady looked up my bio easily. She recognized me from being Veronica Mars.
Does this lady have a subscription to privateeyeswithaz.com? But she's like, no, Lily. And Lily's sending me a message. She has a message for you, Veronica. And Veronica's like, what? What's the message? And the message is, you should have stayed away from my boyfriend. And Veronica's like, holy fuck. And then now we cut across Neptune.
Because everybody at Neptune High watches the show.
Everybody. This is the first time we've all heard of this, but everybody watches it. Wallace is there with Jackie, and they're like, no fucking way. Cut to Duncan and Logan, who have quit playing Hot Shots to watch Madame Sophie's psychic show.
Or in the same position. Like, they were playing it, and they were like, wait. Madame Sophie's psychic thing's coming on. We got to watch it.
Can't miss Madame Sophie's. And they're watching it, and they're like, oh, holy shit.
Duncan's face is hilarious. Because he looks over at Logan like, oh man, I'm trying to like bro up with this guy again, and this is happening. And it's his sister and the boyfriend. They're tied to Lily. It's just a lot. Like, Duncan should be having, like, the guy is not mentally well. And this should really trigger him.
Should be wrecking this guy. But they go back to the psychic show, and Veronica is shaking in her boots.
She can't believe that this lady could know. The boyfriend thing is something, but the Lily thing is not so much.
Yeah, the number 97 bestseller from the sheriff. No way here. No. But Lily also has a second message for Veronica. And Veronica's like, what? What is it? And the second message is, you probably shouldn't buy things from infomercials. You don't need Mammomax. And then everybody in the audience starts laughing. People at home start laughing. Veronica looks like, this motherfucker Jackie. I've been set up.
Now, I had a feeling that this had, like, Jackie was being too nice to Veronica, asking for her help in a way. Mm-hmm. Especially, like, I think it might be my friend Cora, but I'm not even going to look in her closet where I would have easy access to. Like, everything that Veronica's doing is something that Jackie would be able to do without having to be sneaky.
Yeah.
But, okay, so that was like, okay, they're tracking this down. Let's see how this is going to twist. And then when she said she wanted her to go on the show, I was like, going on a psychic show seems like a real, like, this is going to be something, right? And last episode, we also had Wallace like, don't mess with Veronica Mars. And she's like, don't mess with me. So this is kind of like a little weird payoff of that.
Yeah.
But I call bullshit.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
I call bullshit on the opening scene where Jackie card gets declined.
Do you think that Jackie just ran up the charges and then she used this as an excuse to
We'll get to the later part, but then I'll talk about this. There's something that gets revealed later, but I'll come back to this.
Okay. So Veronica comes home and she's re-listening to the audio of Sheriff Lamb and Terrence Cook, and she burns the incriminating evidence onto a CD. And then she gets a call from Duncan, and Duncan's basically like, hey, is everything all right? And she's like, yeah, everything's fine. It's a little fucking embarrassing, but like, whatever. Hey, who do you know who is DJing the homecoming dance in between the bands? And he's like, it's Corny. And she's like, great. Tell Corny I've got a special request to play at the homecoming dance. And she burns the CD of the incriminating evidence audio, and she's going to give it to Corny to play at the homecoming dance.
I don't think it's the incriminating.
I'm thinking she's burning the CD of Sheriff Lamb and Terrence Cook, and she writes homecoming request on that CD to play at homecoming.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't know what necessarily it is, because it's going to be.
What else could it be?
Because it's something that will piss. It's something that will screw over Jackie.
Yeah, that would screw over Jackie. It's Jackie's dad.
No, that would screw over Sheriff Lamb, though, wouldn't it? Or would that screw over because it would mention that he has gambling debts? But that would show. Yeah, I guess that's what she's doing. But this seems like.
I mean, why would she burn it on a CD and then write homecoming request on there?
Yeah, for some reason in my mind, I thought she was burning something separate there, but I guess you're right. It has to be this because I thought it was going to be something that we don't know that was going to be like another payback because the Mama Max thing is low. I mean, that's just like I thought it was like
it's
let's
embarrassing.
Go. Yeah, I thought we go back and forth with like some more embarrassing stuff. I thought she was going to burn something like, oh, even saying that you go to a psychic wouldn't even be embarrassing considering that everyone in the school listens to the show and a girl from the school literally was just on the show. So that wouldn't even be embarrassing. But I didn't think, for some reason, because she also burned, like they're burning the other stuff too, the bus. There's a lot of voicemails and stuff.
Bus audio, yeah.
I think playing the audio of Lamb at the high school dance that makes her dad look, that would be real. I think you're right. You are probably right that that's what she was going to play. But that would just be, I don't know who you're hurting more with that. Like, you're not hurting Jackie that much.
Yeah.
You're hurting your dad's favorite baseball player, and you're hurting Sheriff Lamb, obviously, which is fine. Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I thought it was something more Jackie focused that we didn't hear. But whatever. You have to be right because there's nothing other.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you could play.
So then Veronica gets a knock at the door, and it's Wallace. And Wallace is like, hey, are you all right? I saw the Madame Sophie show. And Veronica's like, yeah, I'm all right. But it's your fucking girl Jackie who did this. She set me up. And Wallace is like, no, it couldn't have been Jackie. And Veronica's like, Jackie's the only person in the world that I've told about the Mama Max stuff. And then Wallace is like, well, you know what? I don't care. And then Veronica's like, no, I'm pissed. I'm going to get back at Jackie and you need to pick a side. And Wallace goes, no, I don't. And you know what? How about you do me a fucking favor for once, Veronica? I'm asking you to let it go. Even if it is Jackie, just let it go. And Veronica goes, I can't. And Wallace goes, why does it have to be about you all the time? Jackie's right about one thing. It's Veronica Mars's world, and I'm just living in it. And Veronica's like, And then Wallace goes, dude, I'm asking you for one favor. Whatever you're about to do to Jackie, don't do it. Just let it go. Just let it go. And I don't know if you fucking noticed this, but my whole life's being flipped upside down right now. I don't know who my dad is. The guy that I thought was my dad turns out not my biological dad. My biological dad's showing up, giving me a bunch of return to sender letters. Think my mom might be lying to me about something. My whole life is a lie. And I've always been a shoulder that you could lean on, Veronica, while you're going through some shit. And you haven't given me any time, sympathy, nothing. So I'm asking you, leave it alone. And then he leaves, slams the door shut, and Veronica's left there like, am I a bad friend?
This was great by Wallace, man. Like, everything he said was on point. I love the fact that he said, and even if she did do it, just stand down. Like, he's not just being like, screw you, I like her, she's the one I'm gonna have sex with, fuck you, Veronica. It's like, no, I know she might have did this, but stand down. I just do not want this to blow up and become a thing. Like, he's caught between the two of them, and he's like, I'm asking you, ceasefire. Just ceasefire. Yeah. Do me this one favor. I love that callback. It's always good because she drops that favor thing so much.
I mean,
and it great acting. I like the acting in this. I like that they're giving Wallace. I feel like they felt like Wallace could actually act. So this season, they're like letting him do stuff, making him get roles. Yeah. So.
I mean, it was egregious when Veronica's like, you have to pick a side.
Yeah. Like, that was.
What?
Yeah.
Bro.
Pick a side. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. And then, dude, when Wallace hit her with the like, you've given me no time or sympathy. I've got nothing from you. I told you my dad might not be my dad. My mom's lying to me. You fucking nominate me for homecoming king. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, where the fuck is my friend?
Yeah.
You know?
Why didn't you
Good
ask
point.
me to the dance?
Yeah. So then, as if this scene wasn't great enough,
Right?
this next scene
Mm-hmm.
is excellence.
Mm-hmm.
So Jackie's at home. She gets a phone call. It's Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
And Wallace, she picks up. She's like, hey, what's up, babe? What's up, Wallace? And he goes, hey, no, none of this. Did you set up Veronica? And Jackie's like, yeah, I did, but it wasn't supposed to be like so serious. It wasn't supposed to be like a really like, it was just a prank. Like I was trying to like punk her, I was trying to knock her down a little bit, a little bit. And Wallace was like, no, dude, that's not fucking cool. That's my best friend. You humiliated my best friend on TV. And Jackie's like, I know, I feel terrible. I just wanted to prank her for like tattling on me for getting coffee with that other guy. And I wanted to knock her down a peg. And Wallace is like, dude, can I be real with you? You have no idea what Veronica has been through. Like she's had I've only known her for a year. And she's been through some fucking crazy shit, dude. Okay? And you're like going to embarrass her on TV? That's my best friend. Like that's fucking bullshit. And Jackie's like, I only told the psychic about the Mama Max stuff. I didn't tell her anything about the Lily Kane situation. And it's like, yeah, the whole fucking world knows about the Lily Kane situation.
Maybe this lady is a little psychic if she knew about the Duncan thing or the Logan thing.
Maybe.
Because I don't know who knows that she's been dating Logan.
Yeah.
That would, I mean, the students would, but like, I don't know who would talk to it but yeah.
Yeah. But Jackie, she's kind of teary-eyed, it looks like. Jackie looks like she's like actually like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. She's so, well, yeah, you can keep going.
Well, so then she's like, Wallace, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean for it to happen like this. And like, just let me make it up to you. Let me make it up to you at the dance. And Wallace is like, I'm going to the dance, but I'm not going with you. You pissed me off. And then Wallace hangs up the phone. Jackie hangs up the phone. Jackie's like, what do I do in a time like this? Turn to my nightstand and pull out a bottle of pills.
I hated this.
Well, I was watching the intro. This is like so serendipitous because for this episode, I like actually watched the intro credits like with an eagle eye for some reason.
Yeah, sometimes I don't watch the intro credits
yeah. And every character has a thing, like a drawing, a sketch that like symbolizes something with their character. Like Keith has handcuffs. What's his face? Dick Casablancas has a surfboard. And then I watched Tessa Thompson's, and Tessa Thompson's was lipstick and a bottle of pills. And I was like, oh, so she must be like a pill junkie later on or something. And literally this episode.
The fact that she just went straight for the pill bottle after that. And it wasn't like, they didn't do it in this way, like when they wanted Duncan to take his pills and they were in the foreground. They did it where it's like, she just grabs them and she holds them. And you're like, well, she's addicted to pills, shorthand.
Yep. She's a pill popping motherfucker right there.
So with this scene, there's a couple things. I'm going to go back to my thing I didn't like about the earlier scene.
Okay.
But I want to start with, she mentions that she did go to the coffee shop or Jabba the Hutt with this guy, Dave.
Yeah, Dave. That's Dave.
Now, I was saying that Dave was going to turn out to be like a brother or like he was going to be gay or something. It would be something. And I said, if it wasn't that Tessa Thompson's character, Jackie, had to be like very like brazen to just do this at a place where she knows Veronica works, or an idiot. And apparently she's an idiot because I don't know why you take Dave to this place. Like, I know it's a small town, but it's definitely a place.
Up on some kind of pills, bro.
If she's been hopped up on pills also, we see what her on pills looks like later at the dance. She does not look like that at all in any other scene that we have seen her in. So
yeah,
either she just started taking pills because she got half broken up with at the day. He said, I'm not going to the dance with you, but I'm going to be there. You have so much. You have so much. You know he's going to be there. You know he doesn't have any friends. you know you're going to be able to talk to him. If you don't think you can put on your sexiest dress and try to win this guy back,
yeah,
you ain't even trying. The pill's got to come out after you give it an in-face go. But, you know, people have their emotional things, you know. But he went to the pill bottle. Now, the thing I didn't like about the opening scene, or the scene that we see where her credit card gets denied, she says she came up with this plan with the psychic to, like, get back at Veronica.
Yeah.
Right? So what was happening with her credit card? Was her credit card actually being denied? Or was this all a scam to end up getting her to go to the psychic show? Like, when did the scam part start?
I think the credit card did actually get declined because she had been shopping a bunch.
Okay.
And maybe even buying some of the stuff for Cora.
Okay.
And then I guess in the bathroom? Yeah. What?
Yeah, right. So when did she, like, because she makes her go after Cora, and she's like, I want you to prove that it's not Cora. And she does find out that's not Cora because it's not, obviously.
Yeah.
And
Cora's the best character in this TV
and
show.
then she just knows Veronica so good that she'll track down the psychic.
Yeah.
And then if she gets to the psychic, she'll blame the psychic for taking it. And then she can convince Veronica to go on the psychic's show to talk her out of it. Because she says it was the psychic's plan to do it too. Like, she helped come up with this. So I can't picture this. I can't picture going to a psychic, giving them a credit card is denied, and then they say, hey, you know what we should do? We should scam this teenage girl whose father is a hero in the town now.
Yeah. Yeah, and like if the credit card she doesn't even need to get the credit card declined at this. Like, who is that for?
I think that's what I'm saying. If the credit card really did get declined, that's like weird that it works out. But if the credit card decline is a fake false flag, then that scene that they showed us is just the fake out for the audience not to catch up, because there's no way the credit card actually did get declined.
Yeah. So I think it has to be that Jackie did all the shopping herself.
And then her credit card got declined at the psychic, and then she came up with a plan at the psychics to get back at, like, it falls apart.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. That's weird.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. But Jackie's on pills. Yeah. So Veronica's getting ready to go to the homecoming dance. Keith's on his Keith Mars shit. He's sitting at the kitchen table. Veronica comes out in her dress, and he's like, oh, slaps his head. Oh, God. Wow, honey. You look beautiful. No, like, you can't believe the vision that he sees. Oh,
no, go
God.
give it up to Kane and get that scholarship.
So Veronica's like, well, I got something that you need to hear, Keith. And she plays the saved voicemail from Michelle's voicemail. It's the voicemail of the bus crash.
Yeah.
Keith listens to it and he's looking sickened. He cannot believe what he's hearing. And then Veronica's like, did you hear those 3 bangs? It sounds like there was an explosion before the bus hit the guardrail and then crashed into the thing. That means that, like, the bus was sabotaged. And Keith's like, no. And Veronica's like, no, what do you mean no? But
no,
I mean,
that's
if
not
the
what
bus
happens.
was, Veronica goes, if the bus was sabotaged, you can prove that it wasn't driver error, which is like Sheriff Lamb's big thing. And you can fucking expose Sheriff Lamb for not looking into this case too much. We have evidence, and it's going to be like a big thing, and then you'll win the election. And Keith's like, absolutely fucking not. I will not leverage the death of 7 people to win an election. And then Veronica's like, well, people out there think that the bus crash is your fault because you didn't give that guy a DUI. And Keith's like, let him think that. I don't give a fuck. At least for now, Keith thinks that if it was an explosion, then the guilty party is still at large, but the evidence cannot go public. And Veronica's like, well, Sheriff Lamb has closed the case, basically. And the only way that the guilty party is going to go to jail is if you win the election. And Keith's like, I don't know, man. And Veronica's like, I have no faith in Sheriff Lamb to solve this case. Like, he doesn't have this evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Keith knows, like what you were saying earlier, like Keith does hear the explosion. He knows that. He's like, this is murder now. And like, he doesn't want to leverage it to win an election, which is one of those like moral stances that you can applaud. But Veronica brings up a good point. If like, you're not hiding this evidence, isn't like, oh no, the guy who did this is now going to escape. It's, we need to do this. One, because remember, I was supposed to help out that girl who people think her dad is a DUI guy. Like everyone thinks her dad was a drunk driver who drove off the rails.
Yeah. Now
it's a murder case and it's like an explosion. And Sheriff Lamb has closed the case. He said this was it, driver error. That's it. That's the only thing that happened. And Keith has to be like, hey, yeah, like I have to do something with this, which he does do later, but I still think he does the wrong thing too.
Yeah. But then Duncan shows up and Veronica's about to leave to go to the dance with Duncan. And Keith's like, I hope you lose Homecoming King. I hope that Wallace wins. And Duncan's like, wow, not feeling the Mars love here. And so they're about to leave. Keith is like, hey, wait, Veronica, you want this? You almost forgot the CD. It says Homecoming Request on it. And Veronica looks at the CD and she's like, you know what? No, I don't want it. So she's taking Wallace's request.
And, Keith's not curious at all based off that long pause she took to decide whether or not she wanted to bring a song to the dance. So he should immediately put that into a CD player.
Yep. I was going to say, this is important stuff for Keith to know, too.
Yeah. And it's right in your hand, buddy. And you got nothing to do.
When Veronica's like, I got something you need to hear, I thought it was going to actually be this CD.
There always in these scenes are so many things that she could tell him. And you're like, what is she going to say? She's like, I don't like unicorns anymore. I got to go.
Yeah.
That scene, I wanted to also mention Dutch angles when it's Keith and Veronica.
Oh.
They go hard Dutch angles on these shots.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, do they.
They do weird stuff when it's Keith and Veronica in scenes. Like when Wallace was talking to Veronica, it was straightforward, like letting the acting just play out. But this one, whenever it's Keith and Veronica, it's a whole different level of performativeness.
Yeah. So we go to the homecoming dance. There's a rock band playing. They're called the Faders, apparently.
Yeah, it's like
the drum kit.
It's like a music video that we get.
Right.
This reminded me of because she's been to homecoming like what 3 times with like twice with Duncan or 3 times. How many times has she gone to homecoming? Wasn't that the swim with Troy? Wasn't the Troy a homecoming one? And the year before was homecoming with Duncan.
Yep.
So she's been to homecoming every year.
Yeah.
One time it might have been with her brother, but it wasn't. And other time it was with Troy, who's an awful person.
Mm-hmm.
But this, we get like a music video when they walk into this place. And the whiplash of her just talking to her dad about a bus full of kids being murdered to let's go party and dance is always shocking. Because that's what happened with the Leo one, too. It was like, hey, you almost got this guy killed when I told you not to take this case. This witness protection guy almost died. She's like, fuck. All right, time to go to a dance.
Gotta blow off some fucking steam, man. But we see Jackie's there alone. Then some dude grabs her from behind. He starts dancing up on her, and it's like, ooh.
Was that Dave or was that some other guy?
It was some other guy.
Okay. I wrote Dave ? I don't know, because I didn't really pay attention to Dave. Dave looked like he was different.
Dave looked a bit darker than this guy.
But who was this guy? This guy looks like a teacher in a suit.
He's just some guy, I think. Like he was crazy.
And she's so high, and he's coming up behind her, and she's like, oh, what's happening? I was like, where's the chaperones, man? This is...
Right? I mean, she talked earlier in the episode, like, I can't freak dance, I can't grind on people, but this guy is grinding on her.
He's awkwardly, I don't know. He's in this oversized brownish suit, tan suit.
Yeah, 3-button. Yuck. So Veronica and Duncan show up and they immediately start dancing. Duncan starts doing like this weird like fish jump dance.
God, he's so lame.
Yeah, we get a cut to them slow dancing and Duncan's like, you look so fucking gorgeous. And then they kiss. And then Veronica looks over to her left and she sees that Logan is dancing with Jackie. And not only is she dancing with Logan, they are making out.
They're not making out. She's trying to kiss him. He's not making out with her.
Logan's not making out with Jackie?
No. He's like pulling back.
Swore.
He's absolutely pulling back and not trying to hook up with her.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're not making out.
I could have been misread. I could have been like fucking.
Yeah, no.
Just typing the notes. But Logan seems like he's drunk.
Logan's like pushing. Like Jackie's like wasted on him. And he's like kind of holding her up and pushing her back. He's not trying to hook up with her, which is.
Oh.
No, that's. Yeah.
All right. So Veronica runs over and separates them. And she's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? Like, I did a favor for Wallace to not like get back at you. First, you do this psychic thing. Like, you're really testing my limits here. You really do not want to feel my wrath.
Well, she comes over to say, I know if you want to get back at me, that's fine, but I'm not going to let you screw over Wallace. That's why she's over there, because it does look like, oh, I'm jealous that you're with Logan. But when she says that, it's like she's mad that Jackie's trying to do this because she does not know that they said they weren't going to the dance together, that they were on a break or anything. So Jackie, she then turns around and she goes, hey, will you just pick one of these guys already, huh? How many guys do you expect to only want you? And I was like, damn. All right, Jackie. Yeah, I mean, she's got a point. Kind of a good point. She got a point. But Wallace is across the room and he sees all this going down and he looks all sad. He's all mopey. He puts on his Keith Mars, Charlie Brown face. Mm-hmm. And then he leaves. And Veronica goes to find him and she runs over to where she thinks he was. And Wallace has disappeared. He threw a ninja spoke bomb. I love when people go to the spot where someone was, and when they're not there, they're like, no more effort to put in. I can't just go to the hallway that is in a high school super long that I'd see him walking down and I could call out. No. Go to the spot, look left, look right. Yeah. Can't see him. Yeah. He's gone. I can never catch that star basketball player. Well, thank God she's got a great boyfriend like Duncan to come up behind her. Pat her on the shoulders and go, he'll be all right. Yeah. Let's get back to dancing. And Veronica's like, you know what? I already forgot about what my worries were. Yeah, a bus full of kids died and it might have been, and it was an explosion. They might have been after me. I said that only a few days ago. Yeah. Yeah. So they go back to the dance and they're going to have a good time. This is a thing I kind of would normally not like. I would not like this normally, but I did like the fact that they don't even really pay off who won Homecoming King and Queen. Yeah. Yeah. That didn't really matter. And yeah. Is it just me too? And correct me if it made it seem like Wallace kind of made it seem like the charity ball and this homecoming dance were like the same thing. Yeah, Wallace said he was going to this because it was a part of something. Yeah, because it was like for charity or something. It was some reason why he was still going to go to the dance, even though it wasn't. I think he was going because of the homecoming king and queen thing, maybe because he was still in the running for that. Right? Yeah, I think it was because of that. But they don't even do that thing at the end where they're like, and the homecoming king is Wallace Fennell. Where are you? And he's not there. Yeah. And everyone looks around like, what? He's not here? And then Duncan gets it. He's like, well, I guess Canes keep winning. I will accept this award on behalf of Wallace Fennell. Couldn't make it tonight because his girlfriend's a fucking bitch. Yeah. And he's more mad at Veronica because what he sees is more Veronica like stepping in, doing what she said she wouldn't do, but he's missed the beginning of it. Yeah. So we go to the sheriff department, Sheriff Lamb's office. Keith shows up and he's got a CD with the voicemail from Michelle. And he's like, hey, I've got information on this CD
that proves it seems like there's something fishy going on with this bus explosion. It sounds like there's explosions before the crash. And Sheriff Lamb takes the seat and goes, you sure you're interested in justice, or are you just trying to clear your name because everybody thinks that you're at fault for this now? And Keith's like, God damn it, Lamb, just play the C, send it to the auditory department or whatever. Just have a listen. Just listen to this. And Sheriff Lamb's like, I don't know if I will. I don't know. And Keith's like, I could have gone to the public with this information. And I didn't. Because I have faith in you to do your fucking job as a sheriff. And now I'm questioning why I didn't just go public with this information.
Yeah, go public with the information. It clears your name. It gets this out. That's how the Lily Kane case got solved. I don't know why you think Lamb would, one, open up a case that would make him look bad to open up again. Two, It would ruin his campaign just to do this because he already had you on the ropes. There is no benefit in Lamb to do this. And Lamb is proven to be he's
already a crooked cop.
Yeah, he's not like one of those like morally gray where you're like, well, he does do the right thing when he needs to. He's not that. He's just a straight up bad guy. And I don't know why Keith is thinking, I'm going to entrust the lives of these kids to this guy, hoping that this guy does the right thing. Why?
Yeah.
No
idea.
He shouldn't even be, not even to say he shouldn't be sheriff. He shouldn't be a cop.
Yeah. He's crooked as fuck since day one.
Yeah. So I don't understand why Keith tries to have faith in this guy.
Yeah. Keith can't believe it though.
Bring this news to the reporter that dropped the Lily Kane case. Like, that's your goal. Like, do that.
Yeah. But Keith looks down, his head is slumped over because he can't believe that Sheriff Lamb is doing Sheriff Lamb shit. And he notices the beetle bug from Veronica's bag earlier. And he looks at it and he's like, son of a bitch.
And then he fakes out Lamb with the, hey, is that photo from the charity game, baseball game? And then Lamb's like, oh,
and
yeah.
It totally works.
Yeah.
That's when I was with the governor on his yacht.
And then he pockets the bug and walks away. And I'm like, are you Lamb, you're so dumb.
Yeah.
And Keith listen to the CD.
Yep.
Listen to the CD that was in your hands. You would hear what was on the bug.
Keith goes home. He's like, I had a rough day, though. I got to get to sleep.
Well, he's going to have to like talk to Veronica about the bug in like 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah. But he gets a phone call in the middle of the night. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up, Alicia? Oh, I was just calling. I was about ready to call you, beg for your forgiveness and take me back. Wait, what? No. When did you see him last? Okay, I'll be right over. So then it's the next morning. Veronica's making breakfast. Keith comes home and Veronica's like, oh, out all night, huh? I'm worried about you. Where the fuck were you? And all this stuff. And Keith goes, was Wallace at the dance? When was the last time you saw Wallace? Veronica's like, yeah, I saw him at the dance, but he left. And then Keith's like, well, apparently Wallace didn't come home last night and he's missing. And Veronica's like, and we see where Wallace is. Wallace is on the road. He gets a phone call from Veronica. He looks at it, the caller ID, doesn't pick it up. And Veronica leaves a voicemail like, hey, look, I don't want to lose another friend. I'm sorry for what I did. Like, I'm worried about you. And Wallace is actually with Nathan Woods. They're on the road together. They're in the desert. They're leaving town. The end.
Veronica's like, I lost a friend in Wallace, but I gained a friend in Cora.
Yeah?
I mean, Cora you need to lock that down, Veronica. I don't care what you do. Yep. You need to make that girl your friend.
Here's the friend group.
Yeah.
Veronica, Cora, Beaver, Duncan.
And what is it? Corny or whatever? Corny's ride or die.
Yeah.
And
maybe the dog girl can come in here and there. She's a little crazy.
Yeah, she's a little too obsessive. So
yeah, that's the friend group she's got to have.
Yeah,
Wallace can be in there too,
and Weevil can float around. He's
I don't know. Yeah,
Weevil's come through, but he's your sketchy friend that he's your Logan. He's your Logan.
That's the end of the episode, Blast from the Past. What did you think of the episode, Vance? You asked me at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you at the end.
Yeah, I said it in the beginning when we talked about it.
All right. I just want
to... I literally responded in the beginning.
That was 2 hours ago, Vance. You expect me to remember that?
I think Wallace did come home to at least pack a bag. It'd be crazy for him not to.
Yeah, he's not in his suit.
Yeah,
he had to have packed a bag. But whatever. They're on the road, baby.
Yeah, I mean, these people are taking drastic measures. He's like, my best friend got in a fight with my girlfriend. You know what, Dad? Let's see what Chicago's like. Yeah. And just abandoning his half brother.
That foul-mouthed 7-year-old potty mouth. You hitting that?
I love that kid, the actor, probably didn't even know what he was saying when he said that. Maybe he did. I don't know. He probably did. Yeah.
These actors.
Yeah.
True.
True. I'm thinking of a time I worked with a kid actor who's acting now and like in a lot of stuff. And I just remember him saying like, I'm the 10-year-old that knows the most about sex. And I was just like, this Nickelodeon show is wild.
Yep. Next episode is titled Rat Saw God.
Rat?
R-A-T. Saw, S-A-W. God, G-O-D.
Wow, what a title.
Yeah.
I think this is going to have to do with Curly's death. He was a rat and he got killed, so he saw God.
I'm going to say we're going to come back to the Beaver Casablancas storyline in this one.
and their cousin's rat saw and God show up.
Rat Casablanca. No, because Beaver ratted Kendall out.
Mm-hmm.
And also by doing that, he also ratted out the dad. So I'm going to go, we're going back to the Casablancas.
And that would tie in Veronica to the storyline too.
Yeah.
Because she is the one that took the photos.
Yeah.
With her iPod, that they had that iPod was the new model.
Yeah.
We
Discord.
found out now.
Yeah, Discord hooked us up with that information. So thanks.
You only had the scroller, the circle scrolling. Yeah. That click was
it was like the original iPod Shuffle.
Yeah.
iPod Shuffle was fucking worthless. I would never want that.
I think that's an interesting title. Yeah.
But that is Blast from the Past, everybody. Thanks for listening. Hop on Discord. Let us know what you thought about the episode. Patreon.com/Boys Watching Buffy. We're doing a recap of Dollhouse today. And then we're doing season 8 of Buffy motion comics that are on Amazon. So be on the lookout for that. The Matrix is the movie that we're doing this month. That should be out this Thursday. Speaking of Amazon, we got a wish list. You want to get a shout out? Fucking Amazon wish list us the fucking Final Fantasy 10/10-2. I think it's still on there.
Take over all of Joe's free time.
Yeah. I already don't have enough. I'm already running around like a fucking idiot. But the Apple Podcast 5-star rating and review, Spotify 5-star ratings, screenshots, send it to us if you want to shout out. At Boys Watching Buffy on Instagram and TikTok, Boys Watching Buffy at gmail.com. And stay tuned next time for when we talk about Rat Saw God.
I will not invite chaos into my house.
Oh, come on, Alicia. You invited chaos. All you did was postpone it.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.